In this training module, we will show you how to 1. Determine if you should manually or automatically upload energy data. 2. Add an energy meter to your account. 3. Designate energy meters to include in metrics. And 4. Upload meter entries to your energy meter. In Portfolio Manager, you have the option of adding energy data manually or by connecting with your local utility like SDG&E for automatic data uploads. There are a few considerations to help you decide on which data entry method is right for your property. If you need aggregated or whole building data, then you will have to request that data from SDG&E or other local California utilities. Note that requesters must meet certain aggregation thresholds to request whole building energy data. For commercial properties, there must be 3 or more utility accounts at the property to request aggregated data for that energy type. For any properties with residential utility meters, there must be 5 or more utility accounts to request aggregated data. Any properties meeting these thresholds are able to request this energy data from their local utility in California, thanks to Assembly Bill 802. Please watch the next training module on automating energy data uploads with SDG&E and refer to the SDG&E Data Request User Guide available at sandiego.gov/benchmark for instructions on how to submit this type of request. You can also visit SDG&E's automated benchmarking website at sdge.com/benchmarking. If you do not need aggregated data, for example, you own all of your meters at your property and/or have letters of authorization from all your tenants, you can either upload individual meter data manually or choose to sync uploads with SDG&E. Here is a comparison chart to help you decide what method is best for your needs. If you would like automatic uploads of consumption data and are not concerned with tracking cost or demand, we recommend syncing with SDG&E so your individual meter data is uploaded each month. Please note that these automated bills are uploaded based on calendar month, so the consumption may differ from what you see on your utility bill based on your billing period. If tracking cost and/or peak monthly demand and demand cost is important to you, we recommend you follow this module's procedures for manual data uploads. Tracking cost and demand is not required for compliance as of May 1st, 2019 for either Assembly Bill 802 or the City of San Diego's Building Energy Benchmarking Ordinance. The rest of this training module demonstrates how to manually add energy meters to Portfolio Manager. Please note, if you plan on syncing with SDG&E, that you should not proceed with the following steps and instead should refer to the SDG&E training module. Before we add our energy meters, let's sign into our account. We'll direct our browser to portfoliomanager.energystar.gov. On the upper right-hand side of the page, we'll click Portfolio Manager Login, which will open a dialog box where we can input our username and password. We'll click Login and we will be brought to the My Portfolio tab. From the My Portfolio tab, you will navigate to the property to which you wish to add meters. For this demonstration, we will be using our test property, which we created in Module 2. We will click Test Property to go to the property level view. We are going to click on the Energy tab to create our energy meter. On this page, you will see an exclamation point because we have not entered any meter data yet for energy. Portfolio Manager uses such warning symbols to let you know that your property has missing or incomplete data. To correct the error, click Add a Meter. On the right-hand side, you will see boxes that provide you extra information to guide you as you enter your meter's data. The energy meter we will add is an electric meter with electricity purchased from the grid, and we only have one meter. For some properties, you will also mark natural gas to create your natural gas meter. Under both Assembly Bill 802 and the City's Ordinance, electricity, natural gas, steam, and fuel oil consumption are required to be reported. Portfolio Manager also includes fields for propane and other forms of energy that you can input and track. If you have on-site solar generation, you will need to report your electric generation and consumption information. Note that if you are on a net metered rate, you may have to do additional calculations if you are exporting energy off-site. Additionally, if you have non-building energy usage such as shore power or electric vehicle charging that is tied to a meter serving your building, you will need to discount that energy usage from your building's total energy consumption. Please refer to the Portfolio Manager Reference Guide for additional details on tracking on-site solar generation and discounting non-building energy use. Download it at sandiego.gov/benchmark. For our test property, we will continue with our one electric meter. Click Get Started, which brings you to the next page where we can enter the specific meter information. First, we will change the meter name to our 8-digit meter number shown on our SDG&E bill. When you enter meters for your actual properties, we recommend using your 8-digit meter number as the primary meter name. You can also add the SDG&E account number and any internal tracking numbers by using the Custom ID fields as shown. We will leave the type of meter as electric grid and choose kilowatt or 1,000 watt-hours as our units. The date our meter became active is January 1st, 2018. We will leave the In Use checkbox checked since our meter is currently in use. Therefore, we will not enter a date our meter became inactive. However, if you would like to enter historical data for meters that are no longer active, you would uncheck the In Use checkbox and enter an inactive date. For our test property, our meter is currently in use, so we will leave the date meter became inactive blank. While in our case, the Enter as Delivery checkbox is grayed out, depending on the fuel type, you can mark a meter as a delivery, such as if you have propane delivered to your property. Next, we'll click Create Meters. On the next page, we will see a green notification message at the top of our screen that our meters were created. Here on this page is where you would add entries manually or via spreadsheet upload. However, we recommend setting up your meters first and then adding entries. To continue with setting up our meters, we will click Continue to move forward with completing the Add a Meter process. Our final task to set up our energy meters is to select the energy meters we want to include in metrics. For our test property, we only have one meter, so we will leave the checkbox next to the meter checked and mark the first radio button, which says these meters account for the total energy consumption for test property 1. In some cases, you might want to leave some meters unchecked. For example, if you have a main meter and a pool that is submetered but whose energy is also captured by the main meter, you will only want to have the main meter checked. This prevents double counting of your pool's energy consumption. You can read more about tracking submeters by clicking the link on the sidebar. Once we have made our selections, we'll click Apply Selections and we'll see a congratulations message saying you've successfully associated meters to your properties. Our test property now has an energy meter added to the property, and we will now proceed with adding entries to our newly created meter. If you are not already on the Energy tab, click on it. Here we will see our energy meter listed under the Meters Used to Compute Metrics section. Click on the meter name in blue to start adding meter entries. To add a manual meter entry, click Add Another Entry. In the table, the start date of our bill is January 1st, 2018. The bill end date is January 31st, 2018. Our usage was 100 kilowatt hours, which cost us $100. Since we know that this is not precise data, we will check the estimation box. Please note that you must use precise values for benchmarking reporting compliance. Green Power allows you to identify that some of your meter's energy is from purchased offsite green power, such as wind or solar. Green power generated on-site should be tracked in a separate solar generation meter. In our case, we will leave this box unchecked. While not required for compliance, you can also track demand in kilowatts and demand cost. Manually entering meter entries can be a time-intensive process. Alternatively, you can upload your data in bulk for your meter. Before we get started uploading our data in bulk, in order to prevent duplicate entries, first we need to delete the entry we just made. Click the checkbox to the left of the entry and click Delete Selected Entries. A pop-up will appear asking if we want to confirm that we are deleting our meter entry. We will click Continue and now should have no meter entries on our page. Now, we will use the second method of data entry, spreadsheet upload, to upload data in bulk for our meter. You can download the spreadsheet template by clicking on the link shown. In the template, be sure to enter values for all required fields. For our test property, we have a completed template, so we will proceed by uploading the completed template. Depending on your browser, these buttons might be located in a slightly different area, and could say either Browse or Choose File. We'll click the button that says Browse or Choose File and navigate to our test property building information spreadsheet, which has been saved to our computer's desktop. Once we are in the appropriate folder, we are going to upload the ELEC meter consumption data spreadsheet by clicking Open. We should now see a shortened version of the file path name by the buttons. Once you see that, click Upload to upload your meter entries. We now see entries for each month over 2 years. Click Save Bills. You will receive a notification in a green box on the page that we successfully updated our bills. Note that when viewing a meter with multiple years of entries, only the most current year is shown. To display all meter entries, click in the Display Years box and select Show All Years. To return to the property level view, we'll click on the blue property name, Test Property 1. On the Energy tab, you should now see a graph of energy used by calendar month. Additionally, because our property is eligible for an Energy Star score, you will see numbers here. Our current score is based on the last 12 months of utility data, and our baseline score is based on the first 12 months of utility data. In this box, you can view either your Energy Star score if your property is eligible, or your energy use intensity. Please refer to the Portfolio Manager Reference Guide for more details on Energy Star certification, which is not required for compliance. You have now added your energy meters and meter entries. Thank you for watching the City of San Diego's Building Energy Benchmarking Ordinance Training Series. Please proceed to the Ordinance Compliance Process module for details on how to report to comply with benchmarking requirements. If you have any questions about the city's ordinance, please visit sandiego.gov/benchmark or contact Energy Benchmarking at sandiego.gov.